cover up. When you fuck up, man, man, look, man, you need an alibi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need a statement.
No,
you know
hey, you gotta get the shit fucking together, man.
That's right. And guess what? Which makes it that much more sense because what happened? They disappeared, and the Lord came up to him and was like, "Why was you hiding? Where was you at?" Well, Lord, basically, you know what I mean? It's like when you go up there and you know you in trouble, right? You got to go home. You about to get your ass whipped, but you don't go home initially. You know what I mean?
You try to kill some time.
Might
You
try
try
some
to
time.
hang out like fucking. I know I'm gonna get my ass whipped anyway.
You know, but you know you're supposed to be somewhere. You're dealing with your woman or whatever. So you stay out a little longer. Like, man, hey, man, it was crazy. You know, I broke my back. All right.
I remember I told my woman one time. I said, "Shit, man, the police had me hemmed up like 3-4 hours."
4 hours. You see what I'm saying?
They thought I stole something.
Yeah, you late, so now I gotta be extra late now because I gotta make up some, you know,
I gotta make up a line.
drastic story. You know?
To justify my tardiness. You know, it's all right, bro. Go ahead.
And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden.
He was trying to hide amongst the people. The trees represent the people, right? Go ahead.
And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou?
Where are you? Adam, bring your motherfucking ass,
Adam,
man.
where you at?
Go ahead.
And he said, I heard thy voice in thy garden, and I was afraid,
I was afraid. He's scared because he knew his ass was wrong. Right? Go ahead.
because I was naked, and I hid myself.
He hid himself. Right? Go ahead.
And he said, Who told thee thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree, whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not
He
eat?
said, wait, did you listen to that serpent? Did you listen to that liar who wanted you to come and get this little piece of game that you shouldn't have got? That's what he's saying. We're not dealing with fruits and actual trees.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Salah. And the man said, The woman whom thou givest to be with me,
Look, you see how he tried to put it on the Lord? You gave me this motherfucker, man.
the woman that you put here for me to be with. Salah.
Adam was a cold piece. Go ahead.
And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and
He
I
said,
did eat.
Look, she gave me this little philosophy shit, and I was with it. It sounded good.
But what do you do, man? When
But
you
she
get caught
gave
up,
it to me.
when you get caught up in your life.
Hey, point the fucking finger
start
at the next
pointing the
person.
motherfucking finger, man.
It was the bitch.
Quality of what? Jake.
Yeah, that's right. This is proving who we're dealing with. Some niggas, man. Not niggas, but niggas. All right? Like a brother said, we not niggas, but we niggas.
We niggas.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto the woman, What is it that thou Salah. And the Lord said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done?
What have you done, Eve?
And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat.
Look, the motherfucker tricked me, man. And I was with this shit. Right? Lying ass broad. You just simple, you're weak. Okay? It's the weaker vessel. Read.
Right.
And the Lord God said unto the serpent,
Uh-huh.
Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above the cattle,
That's right. That's all. In which who came back, you know, in the spirit of the white man. Go ahead.
and above every beast of the field.
Uh-huh.
Upon thy belly shalt thou go.
Which is talking about people, because the beast of the field is representative of nations as well. All right. So it said, he said, upon that belly they shall go. Meaning you will go into the dust, which is going to happen at the end of this world. Now read.
And dust shalt thou eat all of the days of thy life.
Dust shall thou eat, man. Meaning you're going to be confused. You're going to just be destitute. You're going to be at the bottom, man. That's going to be Esau at the goddamn bottom where he belongs.
That's right.
Read. That's, go ahead. That was 12? All right.
14.
Oh, you went to 14? It's all right. It's all good. It's all the edification. Now go to Isaiah 61 and 10.
This is Isaiah 61 and 10. I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall be joyful in my God.
That's right.
And he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation.
That's right, them garments of salvation. Because ultimately, keeping these garments pure, keeping them white, walking in the light, staying in the truth is going to be your salvation. So that garment of truth and righteousness is eventually going to turn into that garment of salvation.
That's right.
That's right.
All right? They all equal one another. You stay in the truth, you get that salvation. If you would be elect. That was 10?
Nah.
Okay, go ahead.
He hath covered me with the robe of righteousness.
That robe of righteousness, right? Go ahead.
As a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments.
Going back to that bridegroom. Going back to the marriage. See, the scriptures, they all tie in together. We're dealing with garments, and we're dealing with marriages and bridegrooms. We're doing it in Isaiah. We're doing it in Matthew that Yahweh Shai spoke. That's it?
Nah.
Go ahead.
And as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels.
Because we the bride. Israel's the bride. Go ahead.
That's it.
Okay, now go to Matthew 25. It started 1, ended 10.
Woo. This is Matthew 25, chapter 1, verse 1. Slide. Then shall the King of heaven be likened unto the 10 virgins.
110 virgins. Go ahead.
Which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Right? And this is showing that, for the record, that Jesus Christ is down with polygamy. 10 virgins is going to meet their groom. Because the bridegroom, that's referring to the groom.
That's right.
The bride's groom. Okay? So he's saying that bridegroom, that groom, that man is going to marry 10 women. Really, he's going to marry 5, but it's going to explain it. Getting back to the marriage, alluding back to that. Since he spoke of the marriage in Matthew 22, now he's speaking of the marriage again in Matthew 25. All right? But just a bit on a different level. But it all ties into Old Testament scripture. And that's why he's speaking like that. All right? But only those who had ears could hear and understand that. Now read.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
5 was wise, 5 was foolish. Right? Go ahead.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
They took no oil. They didn't have the truth. They didn't have their anointing. Because that oil represents being anointed. Right? Go ahead.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
The wise virgins took the oil in their vessels. They was ready. They was equipped. They had that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The other 5 did not. Now read.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
That's right. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. Referring to Yahweh Shai sitting on the right hand of the Father and not coming back yet. Right now, go ahead.
And at midnight,
Now all slumbered and slept. That don't mean that we went back into the world or we didn't know that's not what it's talking about. That's just the way that this metaphor is this parable is being presented, right? Because really the sleep is talking about, alluded to when Yahweh Shai is going to come back when you least expect it. You see what I'm saying? Getting back to I come as a thief in the night at that midnight hour, right? Now read.
And at midnight there was a cry made. Behold, the bridegroom cometh.
That's right.
Go ye out to meet him.
Okay, so it's time to get. It's time. It's salvation time, right? But remember, you ain't gonna get salvation unless you kept that garment, or in this case, that oil. Right? Go ahead.
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil,
Look,
for our lamps are gone out.
Give us some of your oil. Right? Go ahead.
But the wise answered, saying, Not so.
Because really, the oil's been out there. The oil's out here to obtain. You people just ain't obtaining it. Right? Go ahead.
Lest there be not enough for us and you. But go rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
Exactly. Go rather than them that sell. But ain't nobody going to be selling oil at that time. Who are them that sell? We're those that sell the oil. We got some of the oil. Now we selling some of the oil. Right? But the fact of the matter is this. In that time, when that midnight hour comes, when the bridegroom is coming to the marriage, there will be none selling. It'll be too late to cop you some oil. Go ahead.
And they went to buy. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And they went. And they that went ready went in with them to the marriage. And the door was shut.
And the door was shut. So the door getting ready to be shut on them 5 foolish virgins, on them unwise virgins, which is symbolic of the 2/3. And part of the 2/3 think they're in the truth. And think he's good. And think they got the oil. They don't got the oil. And when the time comes to where your oil has to be accounted for, you're not going to have it and the door going to get shut on you. The door of that chariot is going to get shut. And you're going to see them chariots speed away, and you're going to see a missile kill you. All right? So you got to keep that garment. You got to keep that oil. You got to walk in the light. You got to keep them pure garments on, man. All right? Meaning this knowledge, wisdom, is understanding you stay in the truth. And you don't go, you walk that straight, that narrow gate. You don't go to the left or to the right. And when I say walk on the right path, I mean the righteous path. All right? for you to understand, so you don't get confused, because you're supposed to walk the straight gate, not go to the left or the right. That righteous path, the correct path, as in right, not as in the right side, the correct path, in ordinance with the right hand side. But you know, just in case somebody want to get simple and try to play a semantical game, like this fuckhead earlier, want to sit here, but semantic, you got to look at the semantical range, which is totally illogical. You mean to tell me I'm going to determine the meaning of this word based off a semantical range? If that's the case, then I can speak slang to you white people, and you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about. But you can't.
And then you want to allow it. And you know, that's like you said, like I said, I could write a report like that, you know, in school. But see, basically what he said earlier is, man, if you guys don't want to get down with what we doing, man, and get down with our program, you're an idiot, all right? And it makes no fucking sense.
But you know, but again, he don't know what educated means, which I believe is educado. I don't know if I said it right earlier, educado or something like that. But either way, it just means drawn out. You gotta draw it out of you, so it ain't in you. You can't be educated. What you're being is learnt. You're systematically being learned. A system is synonymous with a pit, something you can't get out of. Now, just like what it goes back to is us, Israel, the Negro, Latino, and Native American man. We like in the movie Dark Knight, The Rise of the Dark Knight. He's trying to get the fuck out of that pit. He's trying to go the fuck up that big ass. You seen it, right? You ain't seen it?
You ain't seen it.
Okay, now he's trying to get up out of that big ass fucking well, right?
Big ass well.
He in that prison, but the whole thing about this prison, they got a big ass well in it, well looking thing, and they say, look, if you can escape that, you can go free out of the prison. Many niggas tried, many niggas failed. The whole time we trying to get out of that pit, but eventually, just like the Dark Knight did, we're going to rise up out of that pit. One-third of that pit is America. Because we got to deal with this whole American system. Again, the system and the pit all go. See, the elders been going deep into that. The system and the pit all go hand in hand. Because you can't get out of just like that pit. It's hard as fuck to get out of it. For example, once you get caught up in that prison system, you go to prison one time, boom. 9 times out of 10, you coming back. Because the fact of the matter, you in that system. Now you on probation.
Now you system.
Yeah, exactly.
Put you in the system.
So now you got to deal with probation violations. Your PO wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you go in there, she's tripping over something, you go to jail behind this shit. Now you in and out of jail. You see what I'm saying? That's the system that you just fucking can't get out of. This educational system. They make it a law. We gotta go to school. We can't drop out until we sophomores now, I believe.
16.
You gotta be 16 to drop out of school. Because they want you stuck in that system to the point where you're nothing without it. And then every job requires you to have passed a certain level of that. You stuck in the system.
Yeah.
You stuck. We can't.
It's funny because
without
it's that you heard that new movie that Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger about to be in.
When Expendables 2.
No.
Some other shit.
Where he
you know about it?
It's another one.
Yeah, where Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, he breaks out of jail for his whole life. He's just been breaking out of jail, and then they really start making jails surrounded, by him getting out of it. Like if he can get out of this, you feel me? Then security is not tight enough. So they make this one jail to where they say it's unescapable, and I guess that's what the movie's gonna be about, him trying to escape. And then in that jail, that's when he meets up with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And what do they do? Blow their way out of the jail?
I don't know. You know what I mean? It ain't came out yet. I just seen a preview.
Yeah.
So basically, that's basically what it
That's
is.
the premise?
That's the premise. You in jail. See a lot of jakes. They always find a way, around it. Basically, what I'm telling you, we're better than you. As much as you guys try to bring us down, we're always gonna find a way to rise up.
A way to do something.
Exactly.
Because in all actuality, the way the American system is designed, we really shouldn't be on any type of level in this system.
Right.
But somehow we are. Going back to the point where we're the Lord's elect, chosen, and blessed, so He's gonna allow us to find that way.
That's right.
Because we're just better. And exactly, man, like a dude was saying, a bug out, but he had his point when he said this. He said, explain how else to me that we are the greatest people on the planet Earth, yet at the same time at the bottom. We are evidently, anybody could observe us being the greatest people. We're just far more talented. We're just brighter. Everything. Yet we're at the bottom. Explain to me how that is. Well, the scriptures have that explanation. You could be in Egypt, niggas is into Egyptology. You can't read on a fucking wall in Egypt the explanation for that. You can't read the white man rising to power and taking us into slavery and us living in America on the fucking walls of Egypt.
Right.
but you can read about it in the Bible. And the Bible refers to this place as Egypt. Nigga, you still in Egypt.
Right. And that's what makes it so cold, man. You could take, man, no matter how educated a so-called white man is, he could never go into the hood and really adapt and really, see himself there and be comfortable. So-called, so-called Negroes or shit, even Latins.
Not unless his ass was born in that motherfucker.
No. I'm talking about going from the suburbs down to the hood.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
But you could
damn sure do it the other way around.
For one,
all right?
you ain't
That's usually what happens.
You ain't even finna sit there and dwell in that kind of environment.
Because you scared.
Yeah.
You gonna
That's
see
what I'm
too
saying.
many blacks.
Hey, you a walking lick at that point.
And that's how we gonna look at you. That's exactly
That's how we think. And look, why do we think like this? Because y'all made us think like this.
Exactly.
So where now I gotta rob and steal to eat, man. Oh shit, there's a cracker. Look, I know he got some money.
Let's get him right now. That's exactly what
I know he got some money. Police ain't gonna be around this motherfucker for a minute.
Hey, think about it. That's what the fuck y'all did to us. Hey, look, you're gonna nigga right there. Let's go catch him.
Let's get his ass.
It wasn't nobody finna come help.
Exactly.
Wasn't nobody finna come stop that.
But
We
I
ain't got no
right
cavalry.
about that
We ain't
shit.
got no cavalry. Yeah, man. That's how it is, man. You can tell how the streets is different, how we better, man. All right, we
And
can
then y'all
adapt
just want to
anywhere.
push it aside. You feel me, Beret? You feel me? He don't want to touch on those subjects. He don't want to believe that slavery
He
happened.
said, "Oh no, it's over. It's over.
It's
That's
over.
a civil
The
right."
thing is, every time we get in that uncomfortable topic where he doesn't want to go, he says, "Well, the Bible's bullshit anyway."
Right.
I don't even really believe in the Bible. Why? No. Answer the question.
Now you got Yahwist, Eloist, but then the Most High is somebody different than El. And then Yah.
El Shaddai.
And then Yah is an Edomite that
That
came out.
shit is stupid, man. That is by far the stupid. For you to be a biblical scholar, that's by far the dumbest shit I've ever heard anybody
but he
say.
calls us irrational because the white man's rationality is not that there's any divine being anywhere. That's the rationality of these devils. Because
We developed
again,
from single
Single
cell
organisms.
organisms.
Cell.
okay, well why did certain single cell organisms become one thing and others the other? Please explain that to
That's
me.
still divinity.
This is a theory.
Yeah.
It's all. That's the thing. These people will present to you a theoretical explanation as if it's absolute fact and truth.
Exactly. They'll tell
That's
you.
crazy.
They'll tell you that this is a fact when it's based off of their theory. So now,
It's based off of theory, but
so
now I gotta
in
believe
school,
your bullshit.
Exactly. So now in school, you're teaching me these bullshit ass theories, and I have to
Right.
be put into your system. You feel me? I'm systematically thinking what you're telling me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because you're forcing me to go to school.
Like for example, you remember 6th grade, right? You remember 6th grade. What do they teach you in 6th grade?
A whole bunch of stupid shit.
But what is one of the main things they teach?
Sex ed.
No. Sex ed in 6th grade too, but something else.
Fucking. I
History.
I learned about slavery in 6th grade. I learned about.
6th grade, they teach you about the Cro-Magnon, the Neanderthal,
You're right.
Right.
and the Homo erectus.
The evolutionary
They
thing.
teach you evolution.
All of it in
Now I
science
remember
class.
when that shit happened, because my parents is Catholic. Now Catholicism is firmly against evolution. So my mother, she raised an uproar, like she didn't want me to partake in it. But for some reason I still ended up doing it, whatever. But I remember there was an Iscarite girl in the class. You know she's devout Catholic. She got to write a whole different paper, right? She got to write a paper about cars, trains, and planes. It was a compare and contrast. You had to learn about all the different so-called evolutionary stages, and you had to compare and contrast them. And then at my school, they had a day where you come dressed up like a Neanderthal.
Yeah.
All this bullshit, but they present that. Now you 12 years old. You at this point, if you in this American system and your parents ain't taught you no better, you're gonna automatically believe whatever the fuck the teacher tells you. If you don't know no better, what else are you to do but believe what's told to you? You see what I'm saying? So when you're told that we're evolved, you're gonna believe it. Everybody, all my classmates believe. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Man, that shit didn't make no sense. I swear I failed that shit because I wasn't paying attention. It didn't catch. I didn't have a zeal for it. I didn't care for it.
It doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I'm not going to use this later on in my life. And I said that shit when I was little, but now that I'm older, that applies so much more. This is going to help me in my life.
That's right.
Y'all aren't teaching me this, so I don't give a fuck about what you're saying to me, at all.
And then the whole thing is, with these Nawabians, what they believing in, Their whole thing is, yeah, they believe in that Egyptian history and this and that. But really, in all actuality, it doesn't apply to them today because how they walk today is through what they call common sense. Meaning all that shit that was written on the walls of old don't mean shit today. They just is a good historical thing to know, but they don't mean anything pursuant to how we got to conduct ourselves today. That's how you know it's bullshit.
And that's what they're doing with slavery. That's exactly what that's why they're taking it out. Because they don't want you to care about it anymore as if it didn't happen, like we're not supposed to say something.
That's right.
No, you got the wrong guys up here.
That's right.
We're going to say everything we need to say.
Also like faggots.
That's right.
And I can't stand a fucking faggot.
Hey, don't get
I was just about to say, you know they got that shit about fucking same-sex day at school? So you can just dress up for same-sex day. Like,
wow.
how the fuck would you do that?
Wait. You mean like...
You know how like fucking...
They got like boys dressed for girls. Yep. Yeah.
You niggas are... So a lot of you bitch-ass niggas is gonna come out fucking wearing dresses and shit.
Nah, they been doing that shit for a while. Bro, they had that shit when we was in school.
And then you got bitches wearing pants thinking they niggas, but then y'all don't... Like, that shit don't make no sense. Bitch, you're not a nigga. At all.
Only good that
you're a fucking twat.
The only good that comes from this man is that I can slap the shit out of a bitch and say, hey.
I thought she was a dude.
I thought she was the nigga.
Hey, that's the
equal
only
opportunity
thing.
ass whooping now.
Right. Equal opportunity.
That's all it came to. Equal ass whooping.
That's why they put this whole doctrine out. Get that on deck for me though. Second Kings 17, 23 to 24.
Oh, your boyfriend gone? Yeah.
We got it for you. We got it for you.
I'm gonna take it down to your cell phone notes and stuff. So you can have it on deck. Go back and edify yourself, and then come back next week and tell us what you think.
Read that though.
So 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 23. Until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight.
All right, so Israel, when it's talking about Israel, when the kingdoms got broken up into the north and the southern kingdom to the north, y'all got, even though we all Israel, y'all was the kingdom of Israel and we was the kingdom of Judah. You see what I'm saying? So it said Israel got removed out of the Lord's sight, right? Go ahead.
As he had said by all his servants, the prophets.
Exactly. That doesn't mean he was actually, the Lord couldn't see him. You know, they got moved out of our land, out of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Syria.
To Syria. So that's where y'all got taken into captivity, right? Go ahead.
Unto this day.
And which this all goes into something because a lot of people, they're simple. They like to judge on the outward appearance. So they'll say, well, look, Mexicans and all these different Latinos, they don't look like black people. But in all actuality, it's only because going even back to this time, y'all was intermingling with the different people that was around you. And then, of course, on this side, intermingling with the Spaniards and stuff. So that's why some of y'all look different. It's not, but see, that's why it's a spiritual thing. Because our spirits show us who we are. You have our people, some of our people that look like straight white people. You probably seen a Mexican that you think is a white boy. You'll see a Mexican with blonde hair. Natural.
Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, Canelo Alvarez. The white as hell, you see, but that's still our people. You can see this spirit. It's not about the outward appearance. You know what I'm saying? Even though generally, but when you really get into it, it's not about the outward appearance. But read, bro.
It says, and the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Qatar.
Now he brought these Cushites, these are Ethiopians, you know, these Somalians, people. He brought them into y'all land and had them live in y'all land, right? Go ahead.
And from Avah and Hamath and Seraphim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel.
Exactly. So they switched y'all out. You see what I'm saying? That's all they did. But then now go to 2nd Ezra 13, starting at 40.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osea the king.
That's right, because Hosea or OC was the king at that time. Now go ahead.
Whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land.
That's right, they came into another land, which is, they went into Assyria, right? Now go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves.
All right, so when y'all were in Assyria, right, y'all being the Latinos, right, go ahead.
That they would lead the multitude of the heathen.
Y'all said, look,
that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
Y'all said, look, we getting the fuck up out of here. And we ain't finna be sitting here and be slaves to these people, right? Go ahead.
And go forth into a further country, right, where never mankind dwells.
This is America, since nobody lived in America before y'all got here, right? Go ahead.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Because your whole plan when y'all came over here was, look, we was being wicked when we were on our land. We're gonna go over here where nobody's at, where nobody can come and influence us to do anything wrong. and we're going to keep the laws of the Lord. Right? Go ahead.
Which is why God would even allow his chosen people to be led into captivity, because they break his commandments that he gave.
That's right.
Verse 43. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river.
Y'all entered into the Euphrates River, right? Over there in the Middle East. Go ahead.
For the Most High then showed signs for them.
Right, and that's where Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, come in.
Which
Because
was,
y'all had that. Oh, go ahead.
Quasicata.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, that goes into something else.
Okay.
But he shows signs in the stars, and y'all are the ones that guided this whole, all the Latinos and the Native Americans from the Middle East all the way over here.
Right, remember the last time we
Yeah.
told you in 2 Chronicles that you guys had signs of the times.
Yeah.
You guys were able to navigate through the stars, things like that.
That's right.
It says, for the Most High showed them signs for them, and they held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go.
A great way to go from the Middle East to come all the way over here. And they had to sail around the Horn of Africa. You see what I'm saying? That's a long way, right? Go ahead.
Namely of a year and a half.
A year and a half. Go ahead.
And the same region is called Osiris.
And the same reason called Arsharif. Now, Arsharif, when you go into the Hebrew, it's a Kar Aratazah, which is another land. That's what it means. Because there was no name on this place. Because nobody was here. You see what I'm saying? So that's how y'all got over it. You see what I'm saying? And then going back to what we were speaking about earlier, the Mayans landing in Florida and then coming all the way over to Mexico. You see what I'm saying? That's how y'all got here. You know? But now for example, you got the Native American Indians, right? And out of all the Latinos and the natives, they got the largest piece of land. You know, North America and Canada, even into Alaska, right? And the reason that is because the scriptures say, I believe it's in Deuteronomy 33, it says, blessed is he who enlarges Gad. Meaning they was going to have the largest possession out of all of y'all when y'all got to this side of the world. You see what I'm saying? Now, yeah, get it.
Questions?
What's your nationality?
Ukrainian, bro.
You're Ukrainian?
Ukrainian.
Okay, like Mila Kunis, right?
Kind of like that, dog.
Okay.
I fucks with it, bro.
Okay, hey, all right. What about you?
Moroccan.
Moroccan?
Yeah.
You from Morocco? Okay. Now go ahead, bro.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 20. And of Gad he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion, and teareth the arm with the crown of the head.
These guys talking about the Native American Indians. It said, blessed be enlarged, and they said he dwelt as a lion because they're known for being warriors. Now they're known as the tribe of Gad. The word Gad means a troop, okay? Meaning a warrior. That's what their lot was. That's why when the American cavalry came over here, they was giving them so much hell. All them wars between the Cowboys and Indians. Now go to Genesis 49. But eventually the American cavalry conquered it. Why is that? Because it was a curse that the Lord put on us, right? Because we all got our own individual curses, Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans. Because of, worshiping these other gods, going against God's law. You see what I'm saying? But read that.
This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
Troop. Who is that troop? That's the American cavalry right there. That's overcame Gad. You see what I'm saying?